Okay, we'll get started. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vanessa Castillo Bell. I'm the Senior Business Development Manager here with Local First Arizona, part of the entrepreneurial support team. Here also joining us is Josue Andanogi and Turquoise Irby Bell. They're part of the ESC team here. And they'll be monitoring the chat and as well as letting people in. And so we're a team, a small but mighty team who provide resources and one-on-one consulting statewide, all throughout the Arizona to businesses and helping them build an economy that it works for everyone, supporting them through tools, resources, and consulting to help them grow and succeed. And we've seen every industry that you can think of, and we work one-on-one. And so just directly with these businesses. We're really glad you're here today and taking the time to really invest in your business. Today's session is called Build Your Own Wix website plus simple SEO, search engine optimization that works, which will be provided later on during the presentation by Sophisticated Marketing, who's here as well, which is William Gumbels and Sydney. So thank you both for joining us, and I'll allow them to introduce themselves once their part will happen. So um, please, if you have questions, add them to the chat. Happy to answer them. And this is being recorded, so be mindful, that it's going to be public and on our local learning lab. And if you haven't visited our local learning lab, I definitely suggest for you to check it out. There's tons of resources and other previous recorded workshops that you have access to that at no cost, and it's available to the public. So what you'll walk away with today, a clear roadmap really to build your own website. It's beginner friendly, no tech overwhelming, things that are going to be talked about today. You don't need to be good with computers. Think of if you've done PowerPoint or if even you have used Canva, you're able to create a DIY website for yourself. I'll walk through every step by step and you'll be able to have confidence to start and really finish your site. The reason we wanted to do this was because we have a lot of owner operating businesses who, are wanting to have some type of online presence online and can't afford a full-on website development. And so we have, a lot of members similar to Sophisticated Marketing that does websites as well, and then do phenomenal jobs with them. But we were being asked for, a website that they can, do quickly manage. And mind you, it's not a robust website. For that, you would want to work with a website designer to really create a branded website for you. This is more on let me get myself quick on the internet, and that's affordable. It's not going to cost me as much, and then I can manage and maintain myself. And that's really the reason why we went ahead and wanted to do something like a workshop of this nature to help DIYers and small business owners to be able to create their own website. Why having a website matters. Really, a website really ensures that your business is on the internet or discoverable 24/7. Now, mind you, this is not the only thing that you want to have. You want to make sure you drive traffic to your website, organic traffic, using social media strategies. Really, customers often search online for products or services, on a daily basis in order to make that decision as to where to purchase, or where to find things. And it really establishes credibility in a digital first world. It builds credibility and trust as well if they're able to find you via Google or other search engines, or even just on social media, and having that website on your bio, a link directly to it will build credibility to your brand. Also, customers expect businesses to really have a website. Now, you don't need a website to make revenue or to make money. It helps support your brand, it helps support revenue growth. But a website allows you to connect to customers beyond your local area. And so you can reach potential clients regionally, especially if you're selling things on Etsy or selling things online, nationally, or even globally as well. It showcases your products, your services. Your website acts as a storefront where you can display your offerings in detail. You can use images, you can use video, descriptions of your products. or services to make it more appealing. It's really a cost-effective marketing. Having a website is really a low-cost way to market your business compared to traditional advertising like a billboard or, a commercial on TV. But when you incorporate SEO, search engine optimization, which is what sophisticated marketing will be able to share today, it helps you drive organic traffic without ongoing and ad expenditures as well. It's a great way also for website to easy way for customers to learn about your business, about you, the history of how you started the business. And most businesses already, have websites. Not having one can really put you at a disadvantage. So if your competitor has a website and can, easily be found online and you're not, it can be a disadvantage as well. And it supports e-commerce. Website supports, being able to sell products or digital products or actual physical products online. You can have online payment, shipping information, and overall, if they can't find you, they can't choose you. So whether it's a website or a social media strategy that you're implementing, you really want to have a digital footprint to be able to be found. Some common mistakes I want to talk about a little bit is why most small businesses websites don't really work is because an overcomplicated design. It may take a lot of lagging or even unable to upload because of the amount of images or video that you have on the website, and your host doesn't can't sustain that amount of information, or it's just not a clear message or call to action either. There's missing key pages like the about page, or even not optimized for search engine optimization as well. That's some common mistakes. And built once and never updated. So there's some, businesses who have created a website, say 6 years ago, and never updated it. And so that's some of the common mistakes that we have found of businesses who create or have a website, but yet are not up to date with it. It's not a brochure where you just leave it and never change it. It's actually ongoing. You want to refresh that with content on your website in order to drive organic traffic on there. We're going to keep it simple and effective. And I'm not able to see the chat right now, but please add those questions as we go along. I'll go at the end and be able to answer any of your questions. Before we build, let's really get clear. A good website isn't just pretty, it's purposeful. So you want to answer some questions before building a website. Who are you trying to reach? Goes back to marketing basics. Who's your target audience? Is it the general public? Is it government for government contracting, or a specific industry? What do you want them to do? Do you want them to call you to book something or to buy, right? What's the call to action? And what problem are you solving for them? So you want to be able to answer these questions before building a website and having it as a strategy. Everything comes with a strategy and a purpose. When you start a business, it's a purpose, and you have a strategy to how to market that business. And same thing when it comes to a website. You want to be able to know who, what, and what problem you're solving as well. Who are you trying to reach? What do you want them to do, and what problem are you solving? Overview of Wix. The reason that I selected Wix, we have another video actually on the local learning lab, and I can send that over to you later on, where I created under 45 minutes a website under each platform such as Wix, Shopify, and Squarespace. And all of them have different capabilities, but the reason I selected Wix was because I'm familiar with Wix and I've used Wix before for the past 15 years. And they have worked to be able to be found online, for businesses to be found online. It all has to do though with the how refreshed the content is being done. Every 3 months, being able to create new fresh content on there, use a blog, or drive traffic organically via ads, via Facebook, or via social media. But it's really flexible and easy to use. I have found that the custom templates that are there, if you don't know how to create a website, just sticking with the templates is pretty easy. Creative control, drag and drop functionality. It's really ideal for businesses needing customization without coding. And then you can customize your site with the editor, which I'll be able to share with you today, and really add essential business features like a contact form, blog, galleries, or even hyperlinking your YouTube channel, your social media feed as well. You're able to do that on the Wix website as well as other platforms that are out there, but Wix is one that we wanted to focus on today. Also has e-commerce and allows you to publish and connect your domain as well directly on Wix. If you have a domain elsewhere, saved elsewhere, you can, connect it to the server with Wix, and it's really functional in the sense of they have great customer support service as well. They're able to help you, if you get into any trouble or features that you don't understand. All right. So what we're about to do, I'll build a sample site live on Wix within the next, 30 minutes. You'll see every step in real time. So take notes. You'll have to create this afterwards if you would like. And I'll share resources so you're not doing this alone. We'll also have Sydney Rogers here and William Campos to be able to share about SEO and simple ways that you can incorporate SEO within your Wix website. All right, let's get into Wix and start building. I am going to first share with you a different screen. And please give me thumbs up if you're able to see Wix right now, Studio Templates. Oh, thank you, Anjali. Appreciate it. Awesome. Thank you, Turquoise. Thank you. Awesome. So I'm already logged into, thank you, William, on Wix right now. But when you first go to Wix.com, it's going to ask you to you're able to create a free account and just play around with it. So you don't need to pay to be able to, look at and play with some of the templates that are already there. Once you log in, you'll still be able to choose a template. I always suggest for my clients to jump into it. If you don't have no design background, it's okay. You don't need it. Stick with the templates. They're the easiest thing to work with. Generally, when you choose a template, you want to just search for your industry. So if you're in the food industry, you can select any food industry temp related templates, and it's going to share with you all the other templates that are available for your use without charging you extra for these templates. As you scroll down, you're able to see different versions of them, and so I always tell clients pick the one that matches your vibe or your aesthetic. Color wise, you're able to change the color, however, whatever color you want. But what I've noticed is that once you start changing, the layout and everything, it gets a little overcomplicated for me when I first started. But once you select whichever industry related template you most like, I always say keep it super simple. This is your first generation of your website. Now, if you're wanting to hire somebody to do this for you, you can as well. We have different members that you can hire to be able to create your own website if you feel like it's too overcomplicated. But just pick if you want to do a landing page, if you want to just do e-commerce or just something minimal that you want to work with, you can do that as well. There's so many different ones. For the sake of this presentation, we're just going to pick a simple one that's just going to be a landing page for now related to the food industry. So we'll go in here and we'll do business and we will pick. Let's do this, get your crunch on. We'll pick this one. You're able to click on any of these and click view. When you first see it, it's saying use this template as a starting point. You can edit this site right away. You can X out and it gives you the layout of that site. Now, as you can see, it has somebody going across. It seems like it's like Syria or something, which you can always change that. You're able to see the desktop version, the mobile version at the very top, and you're able to see just different layouts of it. Now, most Wix websites, the template versions are customizable depending mobile optimized, depending on what platform you're looking at. I'm going to click on edit this template because, I like it. So we're going to go forward with this template. As Wix Studio starts uploading for you, it's going to add the template for you automatically, and we're going to navigate all the areas that are relevant for you to complete. It takes a little bit to load. And Haley, your question is, you want to have a pop-up window to give a freebie, allow people to join your mailing list, SMS campaign wise, so I can be able to reach people outside of social media, especially if social media gets hacked or dropped. What options are available for a Wix website to get email? Great question, Angela. Yes. So on Wix, I want you guys to think about, how on our phones we have applications that we can add to enhance the capabilities of our phone. And the same way Wix allows you to have add applications to enhance the capability of your templated Wix websites. So all you have to do is search for that application, such as pop-ups or obtain emails, and attach that application over to your Wix website. We won't go into the details of that one just today, but you are able to do that. Just think of it as I'm looking for an application to enhance my websites. Similar to how we have our phones and we download applications, it's the same format. You add applications to enhance the capabilities of your website. Some of them cost, some of them are free. I always say stick with the free ones that Wix provides. So here's the website already. It uploaded it. Think of it as Canva or PowerPoint. You're able to click on any of the boxes, double click on them, and able to change the wording of the website. So I can say, let's get your crunch on. I can change it to anything I want. I can also change this little image right next to it. If I don't want that image, I can delete it because I don't want a flying image across my website. I can change any and replace these images. I can even use AI in image capabilities to customize my own images. I can change the color of the background here. On the right side, it's going to give me different colors of backgrounds that I can change it to. I can change it to purple, I can change it to yellow, you name it. So whatever your branding colors are, you would want it to match your branding colors, and stick to, no more than, I would suggest no more than 5 colors that you consistently use. But the best ideal is probably 3 branding colors, but it's to your discretion how many colors you want to incorporate within. But you want to make sure it matches your vibe that you have on social media and offline as well, if you have any flyers or brochures. In order to change these little boxes at the very top, you're just gonna double click on them, and it's gonna pop up which is called Manage Menu. These are all the menus that you have available to change. So I can change it instead of flavors. If I want to rename it, I can rename it to food or menu. As you can see, it changed it automatically. Everything is click, drag and drop on these templates. If you want to then go into a next page, you can click on any of the top left side and then click on that page that you want to make edits to. So I can then double click on this and change this as well. Welcome to Chocolate Quest. Okay, and then scroll down. I can change the text that's on here, and you name it. I can then go into my privacy policy. If I want to add a page to this templated website, I can click on Manage Pages, then click on Add New Page. It's going to ask me, do you want to add a standard page, or do you want to add a dynamic page, a design once generated unlimited pages? I'm going to just click on a standard page for the sake of time, and then I'm just going to click on Get Social with Us. And I want to on here add a social feed for my Instagram or for my Facebook. So I can add an application in order to do that. To find applications, you're going to want to go on the left side and click on, they've changed a few of these actually. Add elements. And here you're able to add an image, a title to this page, containers, text, buttons, media. I can also add media. I can add a video, a link of a video, single images, upload media from my social media icons as well. But I can also add a blog. Uh, but for my social feed, I'm going to add on embed and social. I can either embed a code from my social feed outside, um, an embedded site. So say, for example, I have my menu on a different website. That is just one pager because of Square for my, credit card reader or anywhere else, and I can use that and embed it into this site, which is a little bit more, requires a little bit more time. So I strongly suggest for you to use the help desk via Wix or via YouTube to allow you to do that. Here's where I want to add my social feed for Instagram. So if I'm really active on social media on Instagram, then I would want to add my feed on my website so that it populates automatically and people are able to see my social feed. So really the whole purpose of having the website is to drive traffic, right? To drive traffic, organic traffic in order for customers or clients to make purchasing decisions. Now, somebody, Anjali mentioned, yeah, social media can go down. I mean, Facebook is owned by Facebook or by Meta, and Instagram is owned by Meta, YouTube. They're all owned. And so if that goes down, how are people going to find you? So that's why I always suggest clients to have a website, so that that's owned by you, right? And so that that doesn't go down, they'll stay up, so that people can still find you. As I go back, I'm able to then go to any back to the pages. I'm also able to see the tablet optimized version of this to make sure everything looks good, or go to the phone version, optimization version as well to make sure everything looks the way accordingly to how it's supposed to look. As I scroll down, I'm able to, make changes to any of these areas. We love to hear from you. This is where you can obtain information from the people that show up on your website. Have a call to action, like a little freebie. DIY recipes using chocolate. Like if I'm selling chocolate, anything related to your industry that you feel your target audience is going to want to see. You want to be able to add that on there in order for them to download or have access, where they get an automatic email with the step-by-step guide on how to use your recipes, for example. And then this allows you to keep track of people's, subscribing to your website, or even just to your email list, because you're going to want to follow up with those and send them, regular emails with coupons, or, something important announcement. Hey, we're going to be at this farmer's market on this day, come check us out. Or the first 5 people who show up at the farmer's market, get 5% off on their order. On here, this is the about section, but if I want to go back to the home, then the only thing I have to do is select that page at the very left side and go back to the home page. As I scroll down, I can change any of these images. These are collages, or that are on there. So if I want to change any of these images, I can double click on the image and make changes to it and replace the image within that section. I can also delete all of that and then insert a new image or a video, or a menu, or just my logo if I just want my logo to be on there. When I upload some of these images, which I know Sydney will be talking about when it comes to SEO, you want to make sure that you title these images or rename the images. If you guys recall, when we save an image on our computer, it says like download.jpg or 1234.jpg. that is not discoverable. So you want to make sure that it has your business name or keywords that you feel are relevant to be found under, which Sydney is going to be sharing more about that. I always tell clients before you upload it to your website, especially on Wix, so that it's discoverable on search engines like Google. If somebody goes to images, then and they are searching for, Mexican food near me or your business name, let's just say, the best taquito, Arizona, then if you name that image those keywords, then it'll be discoverable on Google. The whole idea is to drive traffic organically. But you can use ads like on Facebook to drive traffic over to the site. If you're not driving traffic, then it's going to be hard to be discoverable and you'll be on the 100th page on Google. So you want to make sure that you're constantly, wording your content on your home page, on your About Us page, to those keywords that you feel people are going to be searching for on the internet. Stick to your message, right? To the message that you're trying to display on your brochure, on your social media. Keep it all very similar, but give people a reason to want to come to your site as well, to learn more and to build a relationship online with you, so that it makes them want to make a purchase decision when they do see you somewhere, or if they want to purchase online as well. This site itself is not an e-commerce site. It doesn't mean that you can't add e-commerce to it. You just have to embed that store, and you go to the left side. The plus add elements will allow you to add anything you want. So this is where I'm going to add the storefront to this template. Now you can find a template that already has an e-commerce embedded in the site that you can just edit, or you can add that element on there. And so when you click on the plus sign and add store, it's adding that application, let's just say, to the templated design that you selected. So even if the template that you selected does not have e-commerce, you can still add that into the one you selected. Or you can just select a template that already has the e-commerce capabilities. As it's adding that Wix store, as you can see on the right top side, it's already adding a little cart to it. So that little image can be changed as well as it's finishing its touches. Let me make sure there's no questions. Okay. Any questions in the meantime while it's adding the storefront? Okay. As you can see, it added the template that the storefront to the site. It's calling it a category page. Then you have a cart page, a thank you page, a product page, and a site cart. All of these are store pages bundled in one, but every single one of them you want to edit it if you have a adding a store front e-commerce version to the site. Any of these can be changed according to how whatever your products are. So you can actually manage the categories um, on here, and by changing each of your products and or even your digital products or physical products, and also offer gift cards, discounts. I mean, you name it, you're able to enhance it to a level that is really beautiful in my eyes, because it gives you a multiple stream of revenue besides just being a storefront or just being at the farmer's market. You're also able to create physical products that you can, drop off or ship out to businesses, or to the general public online. So the plus sign will always allow you to add elements to the website. Text, layouts, bookings. You can even, if you're a massage therapist, you can get bookings. A hairstylist, you can get bookings as well on here. Um, Layers are more for like designing layers within each website. And the pages are the different pages that you can add to the website, the templated website as well. The site styles are down to the left. This is your main bar right here, but on here you can change any of these colors to match your branding color. Media is just to add images to the website. You can add any of the images that the Wix provides for you, or you can upload an image on here as well. Heading text styles as well, if you want a specific font that you want to stick with, because that's the font you use on Canva for your some of your images that you create. You can also change any of the fonts within for this website as well. The at market is what I talked about earlier. If you want to add additional components to your website to enhance the website, you're going to want to add under at market. Right now, these are all the available apps that you can add. Right now, I have Wix stores. It's this one, you can see the ratings on it. It's free to install. The Wix blog is also free, the Wix bookings, Wix online programs, you name it. There's so many applications that you can search for depending on what you're needing it for, right? What's the purpose to adding these applications? If you just want a landing page and just for people to learn more about you, about the business, then and you don't need applications, that's totally fine. These are just to enhance the overall usage of the website. If I'm wanting to go back again, I click at the very top on the left side and click home. Now, I'm wanting to publish the site. I'm good to go, right? I like where everything's at. Now I'm wanting to publish the websites. So if I'm wanting to publish the website, at the very top right hand side, there's a blue button that says publish. Now, when I publish it, it's going to say, hey, you can get a free domain, but it's going to say your name.wixstudio.com, my site. Or you can connect your own customized domain. Okay. This is where you're going to want to have your www.crunchquest.com, right? We don't want it to say wixstudio.com slash then the domain name. You want it to have your own website name. And this is where you're going to want to connect your customized domain. Now you can go and click on that and it's going to take you step by step to how to have that customized domain. Now it's going to say, do you have a customized domain already from another host like Bluehost, GoDaddy? Then it's going to tell you step by step on how to connect it. Okay. But before I jump into that, I'm going to allow Sydney now to go into our next part of our section, which is for search engine optimization. William, as well as here, the CEO of Sophisticated Marketing, and whoever would like to fully introduce the company and a little bit more about both of you, please feel free.
Yeah, I can go ahead and introduce us. My name is Willie Campos. As you can see, I started this company back in early 2019 as an advertising agency. As we've grown, we've picked up new products and services, SEO being one of those. Sydney has been a great part of our team now, 2 to 3 years. I'm not sure how long it's been. Mindy's also on the line here that I invited on, but um, we work in multiple platforms, Wix being one of them, WordPress, Shopify, Squarespace, and SEO is a big part of our of small businesses or any business and should be implemented, especially early on. I'll let Sydney kind of go over some of these tips, but we are here locally in Arizona, in the East Valley, have been for 7 years now. Yeah, that's pretty much just a brief overview of our company.
Awesome. And I saw a question about how Wix used to be, their websites used to not be found on Google very easily, and all of the domains had the .wix in them. And Wix has come a long way. We used to not really recommend Wix at all to our clients a few years ago, and over the years, it has changed so much. They have great built-in SEO tools. They're just as good as WordPress and Squarespace for showing up on search. So they've come a long way in terms of that. And as Vanessa kind of demonstrated, you can change it so that it is your own domain, which is a really great feature now. So no one, will see the .wix in your URL, which is great and, very helpful for search. So we put together an SEO checklist that'll be sent to everyone afterwards. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Can everyone see my screen? Awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of run through this high level. We will be sending this to everyone, so please feel free to stop me if you have any questions. But I wanted to start off with the Wix SEO settings. So when you're in Wix, if you go to your settings, site domain and SEO settings, you can see your settings for your main pages. You can update 3 important things that help your website appear in Google search results. So a title tag, a meta description, which is viewable on search, and then a focus key phrase. This is not viewable on search, but it's used on the back end of your website to kind of guide what you want each page to be about. So the title tag is the headline that appears in Google search results. So I can kind of show you. Can you see my Google search here?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, can't tell what is being shown. So this would be an example of your title tag. And this here is an example of a meta description. So it's important to update these for each page on your website because you're able to put your different key phrases that you want to rank for, your different keywords, and it's just a great opportunity to help those pages rank. And then by noting what you want your focus key phrase to be, it's basically what you want your page to rank for, and Wix will then guide you and say, use this focus key phrase in your meta description, use this focus key phrase in the first paragraph of this web page. So it's a great way to help. I also put an example down here for our agency. So one of the things we want to rank for is a Phoenix digital marketing agency. We also want to rank for our services, SEO, website strategy, and digital marketing. So we put those here. And then because our focus key phrase is Phoenix digital marketing agency, we made sure that we used it here and then again throughout that web page. So on the front end of these web pages, one thing is that every single page should have an H1 tag. So think of an H1 tag as your page title. There should never be more than one H1. So it is a little bit tricky in the sense that there can only be one H1, but there can be many H2 and H3. So kind of think of it like outlining a document. The H1 tag is the main title of the page. H2 is your main sections. And H3 are the subsections inside those sections. Using your focus key phrase and keywords you want to rank for. Also using location, like for example, Phoenix wedding photographer, and then having everything kind of follow that is a great way to insert your keywords and make sure that they're being shown on search. So next would be to add keywords naturally. So I know it can be kind of difficult. I think we have a lot of these conversations with our clients because, sometimes like Mesa HVAC repair, it doesn't fully flow into different sentences that you're typing or blogs that you're doing. So you definitely don't want to keyword stuff, but using exact keywords in your content is a great way to help that show up. So accountant near me, a good way to incorporate something like this would, having a sentence in your webpage or your blog saying, if you've been searching for an accountant near me, contact my company. So just gathering the keywords you want to rank for and then using them in your pages is a great way to help you show up on search. We recommend using the keywords in your page titles, in your headings, in your first paragraph, and your image alt text, which I'll get into next. So I know Vanessa kind of touched on this as well, but when you pull images, sometimes from your files or, from Canva, it'll just give it a random name. So I know when you're downloading from Canva, sometimes it'll be, untitled design or it'll be the name of the template that you've used. So it's really great to put your keywords that you are wanting to rank for in the title name. So you can do, if you were a wedding photographer, Phoenix wedding photographer. This helps on Google search images. This helps with your web page because it's showing that your keywords are showing up multiple times, and it's telling search engines what your content is. So then you can add alt text. So alt text is used to be able to make your website compliant for people that do have vision impairments. So a great way to use alt text and be compliant, but also rank for search, is just describing what you did. So we have an interior design client, and we like to include, this is a luxury kitchen design in a Scottsdale custom home, but we're still getting those keywords in while explaining to the users what is in that photo. So when you are in Wix, there is an alt text section. And if you look at your SEO checklist before you go live with any page, it will flag if you don't have alt text, which is just another great feature of Wix. They always point out like when you are needing to do things for SEO, and this is just a really great way to add your keywords in there. Also, compressing images. I know Willie just brought that up in the messages, and that is also a great thing to do. You never want to put a large image on your website because that can really slow it down. So we use a couple different tools. I know on Canva, they have a compress image button when you're clicking download, but it's always good to just make sure that the image is still clear and looks good, but is not an extra large image that is slowing down your website. And you'll see if you publish your website and you're loading your web pages and everything's loading really slowly, you can tell when your images are too large. Usually Wix will flag this too, and you can also check the image size in the file. And Willie has sent his favorite compressor in the chat. So next is just creating essential web pages. This just helps with the flow of your website and helping Google understand your business. So it's always great to have a home, an about, a services, a portfolio, and a gallery, and a contact page. Just having those core pages is great. I know a lot of people will just make a homepage sometimes when they're getting started, which is still great to have, but it's really good to build out the pages, and then you can be linking in between your pages. Next would be connecting your Google business profile. So you can add your Google business profile into Wix and make sure that your name, address, and phone number matches exactly with what you have set up in Wix. And then you can link your Wix website on your Google business profile. And what that does is it gives you an automatic credible link back to your website. And you can also post on your Google business profile and link back to your website. So for example, when we have blogging clients, we will do a blog for them, and then we immediately post their blog on Google business profile. And then we click the learn more button and we put the blog link in there. That automatically pushes the blog out to the public, just kind of gets more eyes on your blog and shows that you're keeping not only your website updated, but your Google business profile. So then we have linking between your pages. So on every page, you should be linking, within your pages to help your website flow. So on your home page, you should link to your contact page. You should also link to your service page, but it's important to only do this one time. If you have a bunch of keywords linking to the same page on one page, which is kind of confusing, but for example, if you have your home page and you're linking to your contact page 5 or 6 times on your home page, it just doesn't flow as well, and it can make those keywords start to compete. So you want to link one time to each of your core pages and help the flow of your website. And then lastly is checking your mobile view. So when you are in Wix, you can check and see how your website is looking on mobile. You can make sure that the text is readable, that the buttons are easy to click, that the images are displaying properly. I always trust any website builder that I use, to do the mobile, but I always find it best when I pull up my phone myself and I click through the website just to make sure that everything looks good and that everything, came through appropriately, because over 60% of traffic comes from mobile right now. So even with our clients on Google Business Profile, we see a ton of people getting their Google Business traffic from mobile. So mobile is huge. And if your website looks great on a desktop, but then, is so hard to navigate on a phone, a user will click out of it. So it's great to make sure that everything looks good on mobile. And the Wix templates that they have are usually always optimized already for mobile. It's just when you're kind of dragging and dropping and adding things or making a lot of changes that it can get a little bit wonky. So it's always good to just check and make sure that it looks good on mobile. And that is all I have for now. Willie, do you have anything to add?
No, not really. I think you did a good job, kind of just going over this at a high level overview. Um, SEO is a big part, right? And if you're taking the time out to really build a website, implement all of this in from the beginning, right? If not, not only are you creating more work, but you're losing out on a potential SEO rankings early on. So um, just a really good practice of doing that early on when you're first building out your website. In the chat, I also kind of added Google Search Console. We didn't really talk about that, but that is a free tool provided by Google that gives you SEO data on your website. So um, just something, something to definitely do when you're building everything out for your business. But no,
Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sydney and William from Sophisticated Market Solutions for presenting this. As you can see, there is a QR code on there that you can scan, and it takes you directly to their website to learn more about their company. I strongly suggest to check it out and see if this is something that you need supported and assistance. Definitely, check out our members on our directory as well, and you can see other website designers as well. But here, for the sake, because we have them here, feel free to scan and check it out. I'm now going to share my screen, Sydney, and
Perfect.
I'll go back to the Wix website. Okay, as you can see here, there's different plans that you can select within Wix. And I always tell my clients, if you're just gonna, keep it very basic in the beginning, go with the basic one. It has less media storage, such as for your graphics, but it's $19 a month, and it gets you started with a free domain for 1 year. So if you don't have a domain, meaning www.yourbusinessname.com, then you're able to get that domain for free via Wix. The standard, if you're wanting to accept payment, so if you have an e-commerce or like you're a massage therapist and you're accepting payments on your website, then you would want to, upgrade to the standard, which is $27 a month. And generally, you'll pay on a yearly basis. So whatever, plan you select, and then you pay for that yearly. I'm gonna now go over to the rest of the page so you are able to see from start to finish, like I promised, how to create your own website. Okay, so now that we have our website, everything looks good, for us. I always tell, the clients, don't overthink it so much at the beginning if you're feeling overwhelmed and you need something. This is the first generation of your website, right? You're getting started. Definitely implement SEO into it within the settings of Wix, which I will show you as well. Definitely make it your brand, make it your vibe, right? Your aesthetic, your, so that people can see who you are, your logo, all of that. Everything else you can add additional pages on a later time. So if you're just wanting to focus on one of the pages just in the beginning, then that's okay. Just the home page, the about us page, the contact page can be added, or you can just stick with one page. Now, if you're wanting to see the website and test it out before publishing it, you are able to do that. You can preview it in editor or preview as test site. If I want to create a test site, it's gonna, I just select the create a test site, and it's going to allow me to see the website as if it was already published. And here is the test site. As you can see, I don't like where this login page is at, the cart. I don't like where it's overlapping my about us and my contact. This is the time to really go through it and see if there's anything that needs to be changed. I want to change this little scroll because I don't want it to slow down my websites because I'm sticking with the basic version. I want to change these images perhaps, or everything is good to go. I'm like, you know what? I love this site. It looks pretty good. I don't need to change anything on here. I need to link my TikTok as well if I wanted to, the hashtags. You can change, definitely the contact page as well, so that they know where to find you, your email, your phone number, and any of these. You can change anything. Anything is removable, anything is edible, anything is, can be changed. Like I mentioned earlier, think of it as Canva. Think of it as PowerPoint, where you can just drag and drop and remove it. Now that I'm done seeing the test site, I'm going to go back to the edible version here, to make additional changes to it, if I need to. But now I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to publish it, or I'm ready to connect a domain. So if I publish it, I'm going to be publishing it with my own customizable domain. When I select that, it's going to take me to my dashboard. My dashboard is where I can make changes through what people can't see, right? The back end of things. This is where I can select what domain I want to have. So I'm gonna, select a domain that says chocolate crunch. I'm gonna call it chocolatequestcrunch.com. It's gonna look for that domain on here, and it's going to see if it's available. If I already own the domain, then that will be a different step. Well, I guess this one, Chocolate Quest Crunch, is available, so I can get it now and purchase it via Wix. Or if I already have a domain, then it says just enter it below and we'll help you easily connect it to your site. So if it's already a domain that's already out there, for example, this domain I know is already it's already saved through another host provider, then I am going to upgrade, right? Either way, whether you get a domain via Wix, or if you're pulling a domain from elsewhere, you need to upgrade, right? Either to the basic plan, the standard plan, whatever, $19, $37. And it's going to have you do it all here. So if I click on upgrade, it's going to take me to those plans to select the one that I want to have. So I'm going to select the $19 a month. It's going to tell me that it's going to be $19 a month for 12 months. And it says, I can be a partner and earn money if I want to be a partner of theirs and share that I'm using Wix on it. And then I'm going to click continue to check out. And then here's going to tell me $243 for the whole year. I get a Wix domain, the name of your www whatever your business name.com. And I get also 12 months of a website. So I'm able to have the website for 12 months, and then I'll have to renew again for another year. So wherever you purchase, decide to purchase a website, they're hosting it. You're paying for rent to have your website on the internet. Whether it's the website designer has to pay that same hosting, or if you do it yourself, then you have to pay for that space to be renting on the internet to have your website. So you select whichever one you want to go with, and then you're able to have a website, at no for a whole year, with no additional cost on the internet. On here is where the dashboard itself, the back end of your website, what people can't see, is where you're going to want to make any changes to, like if you're invoicing people, your proposals, if you have that, your point of sale. So if you have a point of sale system you're using and you want to link it to your website, like Square, you're able to do that on here. Your QuickBooks, you're able to link it as well. Highly suggest for you to be keeping track of your, your revenue coming in for tax purposes, but also your, money that's going out as well if you're using the site for that purpose. You're able to see your contacts, right? Anybody that has subscribed to your website and put their email address, you're able to see that information as well. Right now, it's just me on there, but it says never subscribe, but you're able to see all your contacts that have, either submitted their information on your website or via another area, and it drives it back over to your website. Here, under analytics, this is where you're able to see, traffic that's coming to your website. Right now, I'm not going to have much of my traffic, designated because it's not published yet, but I'm able to see how long the person was on my website, what page they're visiting the most, where are they coming from in the world, or if they're even coming from Phoenix, or Arizona, are they coming from California or from another country, for example. I know William mentioned Google Search Console. Definitely suggest for you to connect to Google as well, so that it is keeping track of traffic from that's coming via Google. As you scroll down, under settings, you can change, your checkout, your inventory, but the most important thing that we'll go into is the SEO settings. This is where those settings that Sydney talked about, it's gonna give you some options on how to, create a settings per site. You can click on learn more about SEO settings on here to do a deep dive on it as well, to learn more before you start, changing those setting options. Social media marketing, as well, you're able to incorporate your social media marketing, your Facebook and Instagram ads, so that it knows, if you are creating Facebook and Instagram ads, that traffic is coming from it. It'll start keeping track of that as well. You can pay $5, $10 via Facebook or Instagram to boost some of your sponsored ads that, it's connecting over to your website and driving traffic. And that's really the most important areas within this dashboard, which is the back end of Wix for your website. Now, if you're wanting to go back to your site, then you're going to go back into it to be able to edit it. When you log into Wix itself, as you will see, your site is going, and you're going to be able to see some of the sites that I've tested out and have played around with in the past. But your site is going to come up right here. So if you click on select site, and you can have multiple sites under one profile, then it's going to open up the dashboard. But if I'm wanting to edit the site, then it's going to say, welcome back, Vanessa. This is where you left off at. I'm going to click on edit site, and then it takes me back to the template that I can make changes to as I want. So that pretty much sums up what we wanted to talk about today. I am in the back in the presentation. Are you guys able to see that?
Yes, we are.
Okay, awesome. That's right. Thank you. QR code for sophisticated marketing solution is on there. This presentation will be sent over to you as well as a recording. Takes about a week for it to be on our website, which we will also send over to you. Some key takeaways for today. Keep your website simple and clear in the beginning, right? Focus on your message before the design. What is your overall goal? Who's your target audience? What message are you trying to share? Build only what you need to start, not overthinking it, just to get started and get comfortable with the website design. SEO doesn't have to be complicated, but definitely incorporate it the moment that you create your website. Progress over perfection. Launch, then improve. Improve the site as it goes along. And think of it too, when you're creating the website, it's not a standalone brochure, right? It's something that you modify and make changes to in order to get organic traffic over. So your next steps is create your Wix account, choose a template, and start your homepage. Start, little. Build your core pages like your home, about, services, and your contact page. Apply basic SEO settings, and you can use that checklist that we'll be emailing you to later on today. Publish even if it's not perfect, okay? Tools and resources that I want you guys to keep in mind. Wix Help Center and tutorials are super helpful. Keyword tools, if you're wanting to know which keyword tools to use for SEO purposes that you want to incorporate within your content on the what people can see, but also on the back end of the SEO settings, Uber suggests Google Keyword Planner tool are always great. Free images, you can use Unsplash or Pexels or even the images that Wix provides you with. Canva for simple graphics as well, if you want to, incorporate some of your images and make some modifications to it. Google Business Profile, super helpful to make sure that you're connecting it for your site. Too complicated, work with the website agency. Invest in that for your business in order for it to, have an enhanced website that works for you. I want to thank you all for joining today. Please, if you have any questions, we're happy to answer. I am going to stop the recording so that your questions, if you want to come off mute, can be answered, without it being recorded.